Alright folks, I got 2 cups, brand new. I just got done mixing a 5-gallon bucket, brand new 5-gallon bucket. I do it with the drill in this, okay? I know somebody's going to ask that. And then when I think it's mixed up good, I mix it for like 3 to 5 minutes. I take a 5-gallon wooden stirring paddle, a Woodman, and I rub it on the bottom of that 5-gallon bucket and look at it. Make sure there's no white goodies on the bottom. When this stuff sets, it gets clear and all the goodies go to the bottom. That's why you got to stir it good, mix it good, alright? So that's what I've done. Going to cook these. It's going to take a little while. And I'm going to cook them for about 4 minutes. Pull them out, stir them, and check them. It should be in the 200s. And then I'll put them back in and cook them a little bit more. We'll check them a couple times. And when I take them out where I think they're done, I'll stir them. If it says 360, I'll stir them really good. And sometimes it'll drop to 340, 335 because it's not 360 all the way through. So I'll stir it, put it back in there. And I will not quit until I stir it and it stays at 360, 365. If you don't do that, guys, it won't set up. That's what makes it set up, okay? Now, I'll be right back with y'all. While this is cooking, I'm going to put all my other stuff away, what I've been stirring with and clean up, and get the glitters out. I haven't pulled the glitters out, so I get back to y'all. We'll be ready to add the coloring. We don't start from scratch on this channel very often, do we? It's because I'm usually making baits. I haven't been in the shop this week. A couple days last week, I was making those new colors, all right? Which are on the site now, and if y'all want to check on it. So yeah, I've been busy. So this week I've been power washing all week, and I'm working on painting a boathouse right now. So yeah, that's where I'm at. All right, guys, be back with you. All right, guys, this one's 370, the other one's 360. Very seldom they're both exactly the same. Now this color is called Kiwi. All right, we're gonna do 14 drops. Here we go. Alright, try to get where y'all can see, but it's tough sometimes. This is a real soft green, if you can see that. Now I don't make it real dark. Now, since we're putting so many glitters in it, I gotta cut this fan off beside of me. I got 2 fans running, guys. It was 86 today. I was painting on the boathouse. I missed putting, this is the smallest spoon I've got. I missed putting about 1/4 of that. That goes in the white, so we're gonna leave that there. This is green. These are 015s. Alright. And what we're trying to do is make some color on this thing that'll draw the crappie, okay? Now if you, I didn't get enough of that. That's blue. If you, and I'm gonna sit him here in case I don't like it when I stir him. This is gold. You ever notice you look at a bass? You look at a bass swimming through the water, you can see different colors on him. You pick him up and turn him in the sun. And that's why we use glitter to try to copy some of that. This is red. Okay? Now, what I was talking about is I'm going to stir it like this. And y'all probably wonder why everybody does that. Is they look at it at their knife and see how much glitter. See how much glitter is on that knife when it's gone off. Okay? You want to make sure that you have enough. If your glitter is, if you want your glitter thicker, you can add more. That way you can really take an idea. Okay, that's what I want right there. Looks good. Now I got a recipe book behind me. Some of y'all wonder if I'm guessing. No, I got a book. I've got a couple of them like this. Okay. Yeah, I'm incorporated my business. I got a couple of businesses, guys. You know, I'm gonna do construction and I do the bait business, and I just write down the recipes in it. And sometimes I need to do it again. I stop every once in a while and put them in alphabetical order. We write them out so it makes it easier to find them, too. And I done added some new colors, so I need to do that again. All right. Now, this one is white. It's 2 drops. The belly is going to be really light. Oops. See it? See how? Look here. The 3rd drop is trying to come out of there. That's why I tell y'all sometimes it's hard to get colors exactly the same every time. All right. I'm going to put a smidgen and a half in that. Now it also gets, this is pearl powder. That gives it that little bit of shiny to the belly. I'm gonna do a come on spoon. I'm gonna do a smidgen of that. I was trying to get it to level off in there. I didn't want to heap it up. Okay, I'm gonna use a different knife. I always lay my knives on this piece of this ceramic towel, guys. I took I got a cutter. I used to lay ceramic towel. I don't lay it anymore. Don't fool suck anymore. I can't do the crawling around. I was crawling around on this boathouse day. I worked painting the storage area down next to the floor, and I tell you, that was hard enough on me. Alright. That's why I started this bait business a few years ago. I figure as I get older, at least it's something I can still do when it gets hard to do the construction stuff. Alright? See how light? That's a really light pearl. Okay? Alright, I'm gonna heat these back up, get them at the temperature one. I got the dual gun sitting right there, injector. So I can pull them out here. I want them about 330 to 335. That's why I kind of like them. I haven't even set the molds up there yet. I'm gonna put the molds in here while I'm doing all that, and we're gonna shoot these things, guys. All right, guys. They're both at 330. I'm gonna pull up more than I need in the gun because I think it'll stay hot longer. I don't need that much, but I don't want it to get cold on me. The molds are cold. It was 87 today. I bet these molds are probably they feel cold. They're probably in the 70s. All right. You ready? All right. Bam, there you go. It's pretty green in it. Now the green looks, see how bright that green looked? All right, there you go. Yeah, you can see it. It looks like a little baby bass. And a little pearl belly. All right. Good color combination, guys. And this time of year, almost every lake you fish is gonna have babies, bass and sunfish running around. So it kind of copies them. Got that little light green tint to it. Like I say, it's a soft green. Got a little brightness to it, but it's soft. Looks like a little bass. Y'all know the routine. 1 through 400. Put your number down. Don't think I said it in the video. Sometimes, guys, it gets past me. You know, I don't think about it till I get off the water. I'll get to the shop here and go like, ah. So go ahead and make sure you're a subscriber. And this is how it works. On Wednesday night at 5 o'clock. Wednesday evening at 5 o'clock. And today is Wednesday. This video, y'all going to see this video coming up here Sunday. I will do a random number draw. The computer will pick it. We go together and see who got the closest to the number. Price is right. Without going over, we'll win these baits. Okay? And I'll send you some of those. And I'll send a mixture of other things too, guys. I've got some odd and end stuff around that I send that I've made through time. Some of it's up-to-date stuff, so forth. And I'll send it to you, okay? Appreciate everybody watching. Leave your number first if you think about it, and then you comment. It makes it easier on me on Wednesday night. If you watch the video on Thursday morning, I load that video on Thursday morning for you to watch. If you leave a number, come back and watch the video on Thursday morning, okay, to see if you won. If you haven't been on Lake Country Baits, check it out. The two new colors are on there. Working on some new colors and crickets, and they're coming soon too. Probably, hopefully next week. See ya. Wow. I believe it's going to be a bass. No, it's a crappie. He was fighting hard, guys. And he kept wanting to run to the bottom. Alright, guys. First fish. I'm going to tell you, I've been down here. I found some docks that had fish on them, but I just feel like they were so small. I threw at them a couple times. Got to see a bait compared to them, and I went, they're a little small. I'm on the opposite end of the lake. Y'all have never seen me fish this. I haven't fished this for 3 or 4 years. I just thought this morning, feel like a good day for a drive. I've been working this week, and I thought it's a good day to make a little drive. So I don't run down by boat. I come down, put it at a different boat ramp. Whew. My boat runs about 35, 38 comfortable. That's a good fish, guys. He's about 12 inches long. Let me get down where y'all can see him. There you go. I'm gonna put him back because I don't hit him out too long. It's hot today. It's supposed to be 80 today. It was 70 when I left the house. But the fish that I found on the docks, when I got my bait close to them, they was pretty small. I could tell they wasn't as big as, you know, maybe 9 inches, 8 inches. I found 2 docks with brush on them. I had them fish on, and I knew the brush was there last time I was down here. I fished those docks. once I fished this area. Like I said, it's probably been 3 years. And they were loaded with crappie. They were there today, but they were small. So now I'm on the search for bigger fish. This was the first cast under this dock. Well, this one feels good too. That's why you keep moving, guys. If you find fish and they're small, and they was just nipping me. I didn't catch any of them. They just nipping me, following me. I kept watching them and going like, they look really small, but sometimes they'll fool you. And like I said, I move my live scope in and out a lot. That really messes it up. But I could tell a couple times when a couple of them followed me out a little ways that they wasn't much bigger than the bait. They was probably 7 to 9 inches. When you find a school most time that size, he done threw the bait out. I feel him throw his head. They're all that size most time, but there was a lot of brush there, so I figured there was some big ones down in the brush. Brad was just saying that last night. That's a good one. He's fat. Bam. So I know a couple of y'all guys that watch my channel live on this end of the lake. So I know what's going to happen to this spot when I load this video. Because y'all know where it's at. Look at there, guys. He's 13 and a half. Look, I got his nose up here against the top. Actually, right there, right against the top. Actually, my finger slipped off. He's 14. Like I said, when I went to show y'all, I slipped up here. His bottom lip's the longest, right? That's why I put the bottom lip against there. He's 14 inches. Bam. All right, I'm going home. I don't know what he's bleeding about. He had blood running out of him. The hook, y'all seen the hook was not even in his mouth. So. He's a small one. All right, guys, I've done a trick I usually do sometimes. I left my camera on, so it's been running for a couple minutes. Then when I caught a fish, I hit the button to cut it on, and I cut it off. He looks like a baby after the first two, doesn't he? Look, they got a little harder to catch. I done caught, that's 3 off there. I caught those first 2 off there. No, I'm gonna say not easy. Probably in 6 casts or so. I caught both of them. Now they got a little tougher. They're following it, they're paying attention to it. It's called being educated. You educate them, guys. If y'all watch Crappie Connection, I watched it last night. It had Hayden Jeffries on there, so you go back and look that up. It's on YouTube, you can go back and watch it. They do it live, and of course, when as soon as he's done, it's posted on YouTube. And they were talking about that, and they fished, see the watercolor there's about tea color. This water here is pretty clear. It's about 2.5 foot visibility. Maybe better. I can see on down that post in the water a long ways. And once you catch a few off of school, it gets a lot tougher. Alright, I used a spider web this time, guys, to catch this fish. The spider web went across that opening there, and I threw back and my line was up on the spider web. So I could see that stop. I done did something I usually don't like to do, is grab the line. But when the bait's right there, you got to do something else besides grab his lip. So my line was in the fish, in the spider web. He's probably at 10, that's about it. And I thought, okay, I'll leave it there. So what I done was I would just move my line once in a while. My line was going like this down in the water. So I was kind of vertical jigging using the spider web, and he hit it. Now, this is just a fun size. Alright, guys, I'm catching some on this baby bass color. I've tried a couple other colors before this, and they would not hit it. Sometimes a little bit of color makes a difference, and probably the baby bass, he's probably 9, 9.5. The baby bass color probably is working so well because we're after the bass spawn. This being in June, we're after the bass spawn, so there's a lot of small bass running around, right? So hey, what they say? Match the hatch. I mentioned Crappie Connection. I don't know if I finished saying what I was going to say anyway. Last night they had a good program on with Hayden Jeffries. People asked him a lot of questions. What kind of rods you use, reels, favorite bait colors, what do you use for this and that? Good idea. But I mentioned earlier too about educating the fish. He said the worst thing you could do is educate them. And the black crappie, we have mostly black crappie. Everything I've caught today is black crappie. Or can educate easier. You know, it seems like you catch a couple out of school and they quit on you. Y'all have heard me say it many a time. You catch 3 or 4 out of school, they quit on you. I've been running around this dock in different angles, just trying to fool them. You know, a little different, maybe presenting it to someone that hadn't seen it as often, because I can't skip it so far to this dock. They're on this dock because 1, it's in 14 foot of water, and number 2, it has a lot of posts on it, and it's a big shade area. That's what they're hunting for in the summertime. I think that's a pretty good fish right here. He followed me out from the dock and just kept following me. So I kept reeling it up, picking it up, picking it up, picking it up. He kept coming, I kept picking it up. So finally I picked it up about 6-8 inches real fast. He rolled right up and grabbed it. Thought, whatever that is getting away from me, I better eat it. And that's what, guys, you gotta think, a fish is not that smart, but he's gotta eat. And if it's something right in front of him, stop. I thought he's a good mark. If you thought it was something right in front of him and it's getting away, like that, he'll get it. And that's why sometimes you pick it up, and when he's following it, just pick it up. I just started reeling a little faster, and he started following a little faster, and I picked it up, like I say, and by the time he got to it, I picked it up again. I made a couple more turns of the handle. He just come running in, like, no, you're not getting away from me. Sometimes you got to try something a little different. Now, I tried that on a fish hog, and he turned and went back. Not saying it works every time now, but hey, what do you got to lose? You right? All right, told y'all this was getting a little harder to catch, but I've caught, I reckon this last couple, I've caught almost every cast. But I did switch sides of the dock too. So different fish are getting to see it, right? I can't throw skip it clean through this dock, guys. Too many posts. Don't know if y'all noticed that. The posts are really thick. All right, guys, this is the baby bass color. Fathead Minnow. That's a good fish there, guys. That's probably 11 3/4, 12. Baby bass color and a Fathead Minnow. There you go. Just out trying to find some fish in a new area. Like I said, I haven't, 3 years probably at least since I've been down here, maybe longer. I got plenty of good fishing on my end of the lake. That's why I don't run down here, guys. It's probably by vehicle, it's not that far, half an hour ride. But like I told y'all, I live about from here to the boathouse over there, just a little bit further, that far, from the boat ramp in my subdivision. That's right. My truck don't even get good and warm. I can have my boat in the water. So kind of hard to leave that scenario. We can be in the water, and when I pull out of my driveway, I can be in the water in 3 minutes, right? 3 to 5 minutes, I get my boat in the water ready to go. Hard to leave that and get in the vehicle and drive a half an hour, 45 minutes. Curry Lake's about 40 minutes to the closest ramp for me. But I'm heading up there, maybe Friday. It's calling for rain tomorrow. I had a power washer job set up for tomorrow. Called the guy this morning and canceled it to Monday. Calling for rain. He said, you're exactly right. He lives somewhere in North Carolina. He said, you're exactly right. They're calling for thunderstorms coming through. You don't want to be in that. I said, that's right. I do not want to be caught in a thunderstorm. Appreciate y'all guys. Fishing Lake Country. Dennis, thank y'all for your purchases and being on Fishing Lake Country. Somebody commented this week on the site, how do I find these baits? If it's a new color, it might not be on there yet. The new colors that I've been playing with, working on it. Been making stock. That's what I'll go home and do here in a little bit. Been making stock, getting that set up. Got to get the pictures on the site. That takes a little bit, guys. Get the pictures. I got to take pictures, get them on the site. My son does that. As soon as we can, we will. Working on a few new colors in the cricket, trying to get them on there, and still working on the floating plastic. That's why I came down here today, to see if I can come up with something on that too. Appreciate y'all guys. See you next time.